A very, very good Sunday morning to you on this September the 16th. Mostly overcast wherever you may be listening to the show, unless you're in some of the far inland valleys, maybe Fremont or San Jose. You might have some clear skies at this point. But any of you hugging the coast, which is the majority of our listening area, you probably are experiencing gray skies. But no fear, those will burn off as they have all week long. We've had this same pattern. Lots of fog in the morning and then really warm afternoons, right, Patty?
Yes, indeed. And I witnessed the fog driving in, but the Weather Service assures us sunny, warm conditions throughout the afternoon hours.
Aha! I like it. I love afternoons like that. And I think Patty and I'm not sure, we're going to spend it out at the coast having some brunch, right?
That is the plan.
Okay. The Cliffs in Shell Beach, one of our favorite places. All right. And we will be packing in a lot of calories, which is typical of our Sunday afternoon.
You have to bring that up.
Following the show. I've done very well since mid-June through now, mid-September. I've dropped 20 pounds. And it was relatively easy. I just scaled back the amount that I eat, but I kept eating the same general foods.
So you ate less.
I ate less.
You exercised more.
Exercised more. I added some lap swimming to my daily routine. I take a couple of days off a week just because my shoulder starts to act up if I swim.
And then you reduce your calories by less alcohol.
I did. I scaled way back on that, but I've reached where I want to be now, so I can work that back in. And just now it's all about maintaining. But some people want, a quicker sort of.
Yes.
They have a high school reunion coming up.
Don't we all want that? Results now.
Right. And I felt the way I did it was relatively quick, 2 months, 3 months in there. But some people want more than that. And now if you check the headlines, and this is the sort of thing that you follow, you have seen a lot of talk about green coffee bean extract, or GCBE. I've seen it featured on The View. I've seen it on, I think it was the Today Show or Good Morning America, one of those morning programs. And then also on Dr. Oz. It really grabbed headlines. As soon as Dr. Oz puts his stamp of approval on something, then you really hear a lot about it. Well, the person that you've seen on all of these shows is Dr. Lindsey Duncan. He has a company that makes this green coffee bean extract. So he's sort of the expert on it. And he joins us right now to tell us how it works. Good morning, Dr. Duncan.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Do you go by Dr. Lindsey or Dr. Duncan?
Usually Dr. Lindsey's fine.
Okay, great. Yes, well, we're doing fantastic. And if this is the real deal, then Patty and I are doing a lot better.
Yes.
Sounds like you've already done pretty good yourself.
Yeah, I have, as a doctor, it's fewer calories in, more exercise, and you can lose the weight. But if you want to speed it up a little bit, there's this green coffee bean extract. What is this all about, and how did you find out about it?
Yeah, well, I have a clinic, and I've been practicing helping people to get healthy without using drugs or medicine for 28 years. And so I've been in the trenches, and I've seen every type of condition, and I've only seen obesity and weight issues a few thousand times. And so when you deal with this, you learn what's effective quickly. And my job is basically to find plants that help people. And obviously I've researched many, many plants that help people to lose weight. And when Dr. Oz called my office and said, hey, if you had to pick one healthy food that does no harm to help people to lose weight, what would you pick? It was very easy for me to say, well, I'd pick a bean, which is really a seed. It's not a bean. And I would pick green coffee bean, which is really green coffee seed, but that's another topic. and they said why? And I said, well, look at your clinical trials. You've got a series of very, very revealing clinical trials that lead to a very obvious answer.
Okay, so Dr. Lindsey, this GCBE, green coffee bean or seed extract, what is it exactly, and how did someone even think, let's find out what's in a green coffee seed?
Yep, great question. So basically it's just a bean or a seed, but people know it is a bean, so we'll call it a bean, but it really is a seed. And it's basically what we drink every single day without roasting it. So here's the way it works. When you roast the coffee bean, it's green. It turns brown. And when you roast it, you remove much of the active compound, which is called chlorogenic acid.
Okay.
Now, chlorogenic acid is the hero of this entire story here because it has a specific mechanism of action that causes us to lose weight, and we can talk about that in a minute. This is how they discovered it. First, there was an Italian study that showed that it helped people to their blood sugar to drop. Okay, highlight that, blood sugar drops. Then there was a French study, these are all on human beings, that showed that it helped to increase lean muscle mass. It basically turned fat to muscle or mass ratio. It improved that. Then all of a sudden there's the big study where at the American Chemical Society in San Diego, California, which is probably the biggest chemical conference in the world, that's when they said, okay, we did a study. There was a study done in Scranton, Pennsylvania, at the University of Scranton. It was a 22-week study. It was a double-blind, placebo, crossover, controlled, linear dose study. This is as high as you can get. Mm-hmm. And here's what happened. People only took 700 to 1,050 milligrams. They lost 17% of their body fat. They lost 16 pounds each. They lost 10.5% of their total body weight. They had no side effects, and they didn't change their diet or their exercise patterns.
Dr. Lindsey, that study you just mentioned, is that the one that was funded by Applied Food Sciences?
Is it the one that was?
I just want to be completely honest with our listeners, because one of those studies, one of the one that was the chemical one, was funded by a maker of a green coffee supplement. So I just, just
to be transparent,
they might have followed every scientific principle and really had great results, but I just want to be completely transparent.
I don't think that it was.
Okay.
It was done by the chemistry department of psychology department at the University of Scranton in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And it was done at the Health Sciences Clinic. And then I think what they did was it was a takeoff of another study from Health Sciences Clinic in Bangalore, India.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So what I do as a nutritionist and a naturopath is I always discount the ones that are funded by a company or a brand
Good.
Or somebody that has a financial interest in the outcome.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why the university studies are the ones that myself or Dr. Oz always really we turn the magnifying glass up on those, and those are the ones that we're the most interested in.
Right.
So Dr. Lindsey,
in this whole thing, it sounds too good to be true, and it doesn't.
yeah, it sounds amazing.
I've got my name and my reputation, and you guys, you've done your research, so I go on the top talk shows in the world talking about plants and ingredients, and so if this thing didn't work and I put my name on this, then that's just going to hurt my name and my reputation. I've done my research on this, and there is no magic bullet. There's no question about that, and it doesn't work for everybody.
Uh-huh.
But when you understand the mechanism of action, when I explain that to you in a minute, you're going to go, okay, now I get it. Now it makes sense.
Well, we have about a minute left for you to do that. So how does it work exactly?
It helps to inhibit or stop the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. And when that happens, sugar turns to fat, and fat deposits in the midsection of the body or cellulite deposits in fat. What it does is it stops that absorption of sugar, and then the body goes, ooh, wait a minute, I need sugar, and so it goes to the liver and says, liver, release stored glycogen or sugar so we can have fuel for energy. So you have two effects happening. You have the body losing weight because sugar's not building up in the blood, and you have the liver detoxing and dumping stored glycogen, and so you almost physiologically have to have weight loss. You almost can't not have it.
Well, the tests seem to show that it's working. The jury's still out, but why not give it a try, I guess? Dr. Lindsey Duncan talking about the green coffee bean, or we now know seed extract. GCBE is what you'll find it listed as. We have a link to Dr. Lindsey's website online, and we certainly appreciate you coming on Eat, Drink, Explore to discuss it this morning.
Okay, absolutely.
Take care.